first of all, to the news that Alan Jones could be back in the squad?
Well, yeah, Alan Wynn is a great player. He was our captain for this tour, and we want the best players here. He comes with massive amount of experience. This is his fourth tour. He's a great player, great person to have around. So, I think he still has a couple things. I think Gat said he still has a couple things to do to make sure he gets back. But if he's fit, if he's healthy, then it'll be great to have him around.
It would be a remarkable comeback, wouldn't it? Did you guys think he was out? He was ruled out?
Well, I think initially everyone thought he was out. I think he thought himself that he was out, but all things could happen with hard work, preparation, and dedication, and he has that in abundance. So if he's able to come out, let him get on a plane. I'm sure the Lions will sort him out one nice private jet or a nice private jet that he will just fly quickly straight over to Cape Town. So, yeah, if that could happen, that would be great.
And is he one of those players that on and off the field, that he's a boost? He's a presence in the camp. Is that fair to say?
Well, Josh has probably spent a bit more time with him in rugby environments than I have, so he's probably best to answer. But from my point of view, he comes with a wealth of experience. He has a great mental attitude, and he's if he's here, it can only help our cause.
I will ask Josh about Alan in a sec. Maro, just finally from me to you. Did you watch the football last night as a group?
I did, yes.
And how was it?
Well, obviously, incredibly proud of the England football team. Their performances from the start of the tournament to the end, they grew and grew and grew, and football and the England football team especially has a remarkable ability to bring the country together, bring different people from different walks of life. Is Nelson Mandela famously said that sport has the power to change people's lives. Sport has the power to unite people, and I think the England football team they took an essence of that. So obviously we're incredibly disappointed and sad for the team that they weren't able to do it. It came down to penalties. Sometimes penalties can be a flip of a coin, but incredibly proud of them. Incredibly proud of the boys that stepped up to take those penalties. It's I think the man in the arena deserves the credit. So my well wishes are to those guys in particular.
And some of the players have received racist abuse on social media. You obviously, that's not what we want to see. And can I just get your reaction to that and perhaps what social media is doing in terms of cutting down and kicking this issue out?
Yeah, it's appalling, to be honest. It's appalling. I think, quite frankly, the behaviour of a fraction of the fans throughout the day wasn't very good from what I was picking up from over here in South Africa, from people storming the stadium, through people, the behavior before the game wasn't great, and it only got worse after the game. I was speaking to one of my friends, and I actually said that the behavior before the game wasn't good, but if England lose this game, is gonna get worse, and it's a shame that a fraction of fans literally spoil the occasion for everybody else. The large proportion of fans that went to Wembley, who bought their ticket, who are great football fans and did their piece, but they were ruined by a large amount of people who were racially abusing some of the black players that were there, some of those brave individuals that took up to take those penalties. So, I it's just incredibly sad to hear, sad to see. It's sad that we even have to have this conversation in 2021, and this is the reason. This is a large amount of the reason why so much talk is done is about racism in sport, because these incidences happen on a semi-regular basis, which is not what anyone wants to see. It's not what anyone wants to hear. And you know it's become cliche to say this, but you know we need to do more. We need to do more to tackle it. We need to do more to get these type of people out of the stadium. We need to do more to tackle this type of football culture that ruins it for a large amount of people. The England football team inspired the nation, inspired people all across the globe. I had people in Nigeria singing "It's Coming Home," so they inspired so many people. So for that to be tarnished by some of the behaviour, some of the abuse that we've seen, I think it's very disappointing.
Maro, thank you. And just final one from me to Josh. Good to see you, Josh. Can I get just a word from you on Alan Winnan and the news that he might be joining up? You obviously, as Maro says, you know him better than anyone.
Yeah, obviously he's a big personality on and off the field. If there's someone who could do it and get back out here quickly, it's him. So fingers crossed he does all the protocols, and hopefully he can get himself out here. I'm sure he'll recover well, and hopefully he's strong and fit when he comes back out here. But on the pitch, as a pack leader, he's one that leads from the front, and he does talk a lot, but he can just lead from the front.
Thank you. I'll let someone else pick up.
Josh, it's Andrew McKenna from TalkSport Radio. I'm sure you've probably seen the South Africa A team you're going to be playing against. It's not really an A team, is it? Let's be honest. Is this effectively the fourth Test match?
Yeah, it could be. I haven't seen the team, but I've heard they've gone fully loaded. So we just take it as another test, really, and get on with it. Like, they're going to go pretty strong, and they probably need to get a game time in, which you're looking for. And all we can do is prep as we have been, and it'll be a good game on Wednesday.
Speaking of their game time, Rassie Erasmus has said in his press conference this lunchtime that he would like South Africa A to replace the Stormers on Saturday, so they get 2 runs out against you. How do you feel about that? And bear in mind the Sharks did that for you to help you get ready. Do you almost have to say yes to that to be good, return the favour?
Well, the tour schedule's been put out, and obviously we're meant to be playing Springbok A on Wednesday, but we're obviously playing probably the main side, and obviously Stormers on Saturday, so it'd be nice to actually get a chance to run against the Stormers, because it might be a little bit unfair then, because some of their boys will be hyped for the game as well, the Stormers boys.
How are the forwards feeling? Because you've done a decent amount of work so far. Obviously the backs have had issues in the fact that they've had to go 6-2 split and sort of go a bit light on the bench. How are the forwards feeling as a group?
Yeah, we're good. We're fresh. We've had a lot of changes every game, so it's good having the strength in numbers, really, and there's obviously a new pack out this week, and yeah, looking forward to it on Wednesday.
Maro, if I could just come to you for a couple now. First and foremost, how are you? Because obviously you had to miss the other night with the bug. Is that now all cleared up? How bad was it?
Yeah, it wasn't too pretty. It wasn't too pretty. I don't really like, it takes a lot for me to miss a game, so it wasn't too pretty. But we thank God that I'm here, smiling and healthy, and so I'm speaking to my lovely friends in the media.
Just your thoughts on that South Africa A side. I mean, it is absolutely fully loaded. I mean, this is going to be by far the hardest workout that you've had so far on tour.
Yeah, as you said, you're right. That's the reason why we've come to South Africa to play the world champions, to play South Africa's best players. And to be honest, this is brilliant prep for us, because the games we've had so far, they've been good games and we've taken a lot from them, but this is going to be a step up in terms of the intensity of the game, in terms of the physicality, in terms of the energy. And for us, this is, I don't think you could ask for better preparation going into the test. So it's brilliant.
And just finally from me, Maro, I think I'm right in saying you actually sent Bukayo Saka a tweet after yesterday evening's game. Did you feel compelled to send that, given all the bad stuff that's been knocking around on social media?
Like, you know, I'm an Arsenal fan, as some of you may know. So, I've seen Saka's rise to prominence, especially over the course of this season, and he's a phenomenal player. And watching him represent England, I know it will be pretty special for him, pretty special for everyone who knows him closely. So, I was when he missed a penalty and I saw his reaction thereafter. I just felt so sad for him. He's a young man. He's 19 years old. He's going to play for England for many years to come. So, you know, he's a great player. And I just think as sports fans, as football fans, as people, you know, he's the type of person that you need to support. And, you know, truly and honestly, again, I was speaking to one of my friends, and as soon as he missed, I knew what was coming. I knew that there was going to be an outrage on social media, and as you know, athletes, you can it's not nice, but you can take heat when it's about your performance. But when it's about things that are personal, when it's about things like race, things that are like completely out of your control, I just think that's unacceptable. So, yeah, just sending loads of support and love to Bukayo Saka.
Thank you for your time, Maro.
Hi, can I get a couple of questions with Josh, please? Hi, Josh. It's Katie here from Wales Online. Just wanted to ask whether you've spoken or had any contact with Justin Tipuric at all, really. Did you have any advice? And how is he doing? Do you know?
No, I obviously sent him a message when I got the phone call, hearing about his injury and stuff, and then luckily enough we were lucky to catch up with them too in Edinburgh when we landed off the plane. So it was nice to see them too, and obviously for them boys is bitterly disappointed watching the game, seeing them go off. I didn't think too much of tips. I thought it was just a HIA or something like that. And Alan Wynne never comes off, very rarely. So I was a bit worried on that case, but obviously with the boys, it's hard to see when it's two Welsh boys coming and you're swapping over. But it's hard to take them boys, but it was nice to see them just before coming into camp.
Good. And so you went from a North Wales training camp with Wales then to head into South Africa in quite a short space of time, but that was very different.
Yeah, it was a crazy probably 48 hours, getting the bag packed, and obviously getting the phone call, getting the bag packed, and then ending up down at Exeter to fly up to Edinburgh and then straight out to South Africa that night. So it was a crazy 48 hours, and until I laid in my bed in South Africa, that's when it hit and came home.
And can you tell us a bit about the call then? What were you doing at that time then?
I was doing a bit of work on the car, and I showered up, and then I had a text from Alan Phillips saying ring me ASAP. So I kind of knew what was coming, but I weren't 100%. So called him back, and then he said, I said, "Oh, you're right, mate." And then he goes, "Oh, not as happy you're going to be." And he said, "Oh, you're coming out here, obviously with the injuries to the boys." And to be honest, I went straight next door, told my parents and told my girlfriend, and everything went fast and thick then.
And a huge amount of opposition in the back row then. Do you think you could maybe tell us what you think your point of difference is, and also your rivals as well? What are their best qualities, do you think?
It shows through the back row that the quality's there. It's just nice to play with different boys and get a feel for boys who you always play against, and it's really enjoyable. It's going to be a close call, obviously, with everyone, but yeah, I'm just enjoying my time out here at the minute and taking every moment in.
Great, thank you, and good luck both.